Well, hello there, Questers. It's Saturday and it's time for some more boat stuff. Today what we're going to do is we're going to prep this high density polyethylene board, also known as starboard or plastic. We're going to prep it so that we can adhere it to the fiberglass in the aft head. And to do that, what we have to do is we have to scuff up the surface, give it some tooth, and then we have to take a butane torch, like this one. Hopefully this will be big enough. And we need to heat treat the surface. And then after we've finished heat treating the surface, we have to clean everything up with, we clean it all up with methyl ethyl ketone before heating, and then heat it to change what we're trying to do is change the molecular structure of the surface molecules. We're not trying to go deep, we're not trying to change anything, we're not trying to melt anything, we're not doing any of that. We're just giving it a little bit of a heat up to change that surface bond, and then we'll put the adhesive on and then adhere it to the fiberglass back aft, and that should cause this stuff to adhere to the fiberglass. If you don't do these steps, it won't stick. So you have to do these steps. So we're going to start by cleaning the surface, and then we'll do some sanding. We'll clean it again, and we're going to heat it up. So stick around, check it out. Okay, so I've cleaned off the surface here with some methyl ethyl ketone. Basically, it's a solvent. It doesn't evaporate quite as fast as acetone. That's why I like to use it, so it stays on the surface a little bit longer, a little more working time with this stuff. But it's pretty nasty, so you need to be sure you're in a very well ventilated area. You need to wear a respirator. We're only just using a very small amount on a paper towel to clean the surface, and then we're going to take 120 grit sandpaper and we're going to scuff the surface here. So that's what we're doing now here. Just going to take it and fold it over, and then we're just basically going to scuff the surface. This surface that we're scuffing is the surface that will be in contact with the fiberglass in the head. So, all right, gives it some tooth. I think that's probably good enough. Alright, pretty good. Now we'll take our paper towel and with our methyl ethyl ketone, and we'll clean it off. A little bit of methyl ethyl ketone here. And just a little wipey to get any surface debris off of there. Clean it. Make sure there's no oils or anything left by the sandpaper during the roughing process. Quick. I'll dispose of the cloth so we don't catch on fire when we start heating. And close up the methyl ethyl ketone here. Oh, goodness, I've cross-threaded it. Oh, great. Oh, wonderful. I can't get it off now. I get the lid off. I just cross-threaded it on there. Doggone it. Alright, well, I'll have to deal with that later. Alright, so I'm going to make sure we've got plenty of butane to make this happen. So I'm going to fill my little torch here. It's full. And then set it to 4, which is the highest. Now the trick here is to heat the surface without burning it. So I got the flame going, and I want to basically heat it, but I don't want to burn it. Once you do this, once you heat this, and you've done the heat treatment, you have only about 30 minutes to adhere it, and then you have to start all over again. You have to retreat it. So I'm going to spend a little extra time. Since this torch is kind of small, just want to make sure that this is properly heated, so I don't want to have to do this again. So I want to make sure that I got it treated properly here. So doing it one more time over it. I'm probably overkill here, but better safe than sorry. I don't want to have to redo it. It's not hot to the touch. It's like a cutting board. It's the same stuff you see on those white cutting boards. Same thing. Alright, so the heat treatment is done. We've got about 30 minutes now from the time we finished the heat treatment to actually get the adhesive on here and get it set up in the head. Otherwise we'll have to reheat treat this. Since that's been done, I guess the next step then is to go back into the head, clean off the fiberglass back there so that we can adhere this and then get the adhesive on. So I'll come back to you once I'm ready to put the adhesive on, and then we'll go back and adhere this. All right, cool. Okay, to adhere this to the fiberglass back aft, I'm using JB Weld, clear weld. Did a little research online. This stuff works pretty good, and it's a lot less expensive, $5 I think for this tube. A lot less expensive than buying a specific plastic bond type material. Based on the tests I've seen, it worked just fine. So we're going to use this, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes on good and there's no issues and we don't have any problems. That is my hope. It's got this little mixing cap, which is cool. Alright, let's see, what do we do here? To break this. Yep. Whoa! Came right out. Let's get that off there. Clean that off. Should be using some rubber gloves, I think. All right. Take out that. And then the idea is just to squeeze it on here. It's supposed to mix in the tube as it goes down. There it is. According to this, it sets up pretty quickly. We need to get it on here in a pretty big hurry. This sets up in about a minute. I want to make sure that we don't exceed the setup time. Get enough on here. Good contact throughout the whole of the piece. Just looks like we're going to have plenty of contact. Maybe a little bit more than we need. that's okay. Alright, that's it. That's it. So just toss that. And now we're going to go adhere it to the back. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the piece of HDPE is cut, treated, and the adhesive is applied, and it's now in place in the aft head, and a bucket of water sitting on it because it's there's some weight there, so I put a bucket of water on it to give it a little bit of weight. Anyway, so now the test of time will tell. Just have to wait and see if it bonds properly. I sure hope so. And then we can, once that's cured, then I can drill the holes for the head and the toilet, and I can get the toilet installed, and that'll be nice. It'll be a nice next step. Before that happens, though, Gene's got to get in here and clean up some of these edges where the paint got down on the trim. There's a couple of them. You can probably see them there. A little bit of little green weenie work, and it'll take care of it. So anyway, there we go. Yeah. All right, well, that wraps it up for today. We were able to get that HDPE board adhered back there. It looks like it's setting up well. I'm just going to give it a few more hours before I do anything to it. So we're going to call it a day. We have a date with our daughter for dinner tonight, our oldest, and so we're going to go get cleaned up, get ready for that. We ran the engine today for about 20 minutes also, just to give it a chance to warm up and to run a little bit. Since we haven't taken the boat out anywhere, we haven't been doing anything. I gotta fire these diesels up every now and then, let them run, let them get up to temperature.
But it was nice to hear it run.
Yeah, it started right up. I mean, turned the key and fired right up.
And then
No
I
issues
just said
at
to
all.
Mark, we could just toss the lines right now and go.
Yeah.
What's keeping us? Well, we do have our daughter date.
Yeah. Toilets sitting up on the counter. I don't know.
Well, we wouldn't hit too high of seas for those toilets to fall down.
I guess not.
Come on, Mark.
Yeah. So anyway, kind of a short day today. Jean just got back from Millington, Tennessee. She was there doing Navy stuff, and so kind of just wanted to spend a little bit of time on the boat, but I didn't want to spend a lot of time out here. I wanted to spend the time with her. It's Saturday, and hadn't seen her all week, so yeah. Anyway, so that wraps it up for today. The next step is obviously mounting the toilet in the aft head and get that set back up. Should be pretty easy once that epoxy cures. Just mark the holes and drill them, and put in the lag bolts and hook up the plumbing to it again, and we should be all set. Have brand new head in the aft cabin, and then up forward I need to get a hole saw. I have to cut a small hole in the HDPE because I need to bring up a hose from underneath for the salt water to flushing, and I don't have a hole saw, so that kind of slowed me down. Otherwise, I would have probably gotten that one in place today too. But anyway, that's the way it goes on a boat, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So until we see you again, first of all, we're grateful that you come and watch. We thank you for your comments, and we ask you to please comment and to leave a like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and so it makes it easier for our channel to get seen by others, and helps us to grow. And so we just appreciate all of you that keep coming back week after week. We thank you, and we wish you, from the Crew of Thunder, we wish you fair winds and
following seas.
Bye.